And we'll hand over to Audrey Subramani. Thank you.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining us, as well as our online family. My name is Audrey, and it gives me great pleasure to guide you through the first part of our segment today. We'd like to thank you especially for taking time out of Father's Day to hold space with everyone to focus on our collective well-being and our health. Given the pandemic and the uncertain times that we face, it is more important than ever for all of us to hold space with and for each other. During the last year, we've heard a lot of new phrases that once so alien to us are now very familiar. Phrases such as social distancing. Whilst the intention of separating us physically was to keep us safe, it was the emotional connection with others that kept us sane. This reaching out to people and trying to connect with loved ones only served to reinforce the belief that we are all one and to reinforce the yogic principle of oneness. If we are a reflection of each other and we are mirrors of each other, is it not then true that we were reaching out and trying to reconnect with ourselves? There's been a fundamental shift in the world and a conscious movement towards this thinking, because it is abundantly evident every day that we are one, and the interconnectedness of life and each other comes to the fore time and time again. And seeing everybody here today honoring our day, connected with other yoga communities across the world, globally, really highlights our theme of uniting, and uniting through diversity. Our country, of course, is a very diverse one. And in order to acknowledge and to accept our unity, we need to accept our diversity. And the only way to do that is to recognize the injustices of our past, which has led to the economic and social climate that we face today, the ramifications of which have had far-reaching consequences and have touched us even in spaces of yoga. We're often told that yoga is a space that is inclusive and safe. But I think the more pertinent question is it an accessible space? And if it's not an accessible space, what can you and what can I do to make it more accessible? It begins with the images that we constantly see off of social and mainstream media. We are bombarded with images that depict models who are very slim, wearing beautiful yoga attire, and doing seemingly impossible poses. And whilst that is visually and aesthetically appealing, it is not the essence of yoga. You just need a body. You don't need a body that is slim. Irrespective of your shape, your size, and your attire, you are able to do yoga. There's a misconception that you need to be flexible and that your body needs to be flexible. The only thing that needs to be flexible is your mind. We often see also other images of people doing yoga in beautiful, huge studios. That too does not capture the essence of yoga. We need to go back to the roots and the origins of the practice, where it was taught in forests, for people to commune amongst nature and animals and plants. You will hear many yoga poses have names such as tree pose, downward dog, frog pose, and so on. This was for the purpose of making yoga more accessible and relatable to children. To say, move your hips or move your sit bones up into the air like a dog, a downward dog, for example. And we need to go back to the simplistic and uncomplicated way of doing yoga. It is safe and it is accessible to you in any space that you are in. You may do it from the comfort of your own home, from a classroom, a boardroom, a park, a field, and any other place that calls to you. It is not about finding the perfect place, but about making the right space. And to that end, we all have our roles to play to make yoga more accessible to the average person. We would like to take today's practice to encourage you, either as a returning practitioner or as a new yoga student, to find your own space and to find a practice within yourself. I hope that today's practice serves to inspire that. And my encouragement to new yoga students, which I see that we have in the audience, and young children, is that you should just begin. Wherever you are, with whatever you have, just begin. It is life-changing and it's life-transforming, and it will change your perspective. Before handing over to Tyler, I'd just like to share an excerpt from Desiderata by Max Ehrmann with you all. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt, life is unfolding as it should. And whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, be at peace with your soul, for it is still a beautiful world. Have a wonderful practice, and thank you again. Namaste.
In today's session with a few gentle movements in our joints just to open up and lubricate the body in preparation for our actual posture practice. To start, we're all going to come to sit. You can sit long ways on your mat. You're going to let your legs extend out in front of you, keeping the feet hip distance apart. You can even take them a little bit wider if you're feeling tight in the back and the hips. Oh, is it? Oh, is this better? All right, and then we can actually lean back onto the hands, taking the hands behind us, pointing the fingertips away, and we lift the chest from here. We create that open space across the front of the collarbones. Lovely. And we're going to work through some ankle movements. We can all start with the toes pointed forwards. And as we inhale, we'll pull the toes back, flexing the feet, we push the heels away. Exhaling, we point the toes again. Inhaling, pull them back, stretching the back of the ankles. And exhale, pointing the toes away. Inhale, pulling them back again. Really get into those Achilles tendons. And then pointing again as we exhale. One more. Pulling the toes back, push the heels away. And then exhale, pointing the toes away. Now holding them in this position. We're going to work into some ankle rotations, moving the ankles in the same direction. We'll start moving to the right. As we inhale, we circle up. And as we exhale, we circle down to that pointed position. Inhale, circling back up. And exhale, circling down. Okay. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Making a circle with the toes as we do this. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Pointing the toes again. We now change that direction. Inhaling up on the left-hand side. Making a circle with the toes as we come up. And exhaling, circling down on the opposite side. Inhale, circle up to that flexion. And exhale, circling down to point. Inhale, up. And exhale, back down. Two more. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, down and around. Inhaling, we come up. And exhale, coming down to that pointed toe. Lovely. We can now relax the feet. And we're actually going to come to sit a little bit more upright now, bringing the hands into a cup position right behind the hips. And we use this to begin to lift the chest and open the heart. You may take your feet a little bit wider if you're feeling a bit stuck in the hips. Lovely. And we're going to go for a twist. So just being mindful of that pelvis. We want to tilt the pelvis forward, lift the chest, and keeping this tall spine, we can inhale now, bringing the arms up, both arms reaching to the sky. Taking a deep inhalation, and on our exhale, we're going to twist to the right-hand side. Right hand will be behind the back, left hand clasping the right knee. And And as we inhale, we grow tall through the center sternum. Imagine you've got a puppet string pulling you up from the crown of your head. And on our exhalation, twisting a little deeper. Inhaling, we can come back to that center point, reaching both the arms up once again. And as we exhale, now twisting to the left-hand side. Left hand is behind the back on the floor. And the right hand, left hand is on the knee, right hand behind.
Can I go in?
Breathing in, lift the chest.
Yeah, you can.
Exhale, twisting with the head looking over the back shoulder, chins level to the ground. And then on your next inhalation, bringing both the arms up and reaching tall one last time. Feel the back work to lift you. And exhale, bring the hands back down to the sides. Lovely. We're all going to move on to our hands and our knees now. So we can come into a 4-point kneeling position, hands and knees. Sit hip distance apart. And the same applies with the arms. See that your shoulders are above the wrists. Your back is like a table. Lovely. We'll work through some cat-cow. So the first motion is to inhale. And as we inhale, we lift the buttocks flesh up. We open the chest and we drop the back into that cow shape. And as we exhale, we slowly tuck the tailbone round and scoop into the belly. Inhaling, coming forward through that cow, pushing away from the mat, shoulders back. Exhale, slowly rounding, scoop the belly. Even squeezing the glutes a little here. Inhale, coming through that cow. Opening the chest, lifting the buttocks. And exhale, rounding again. Draw the belly button up, round your lower back, stretch it out. Inhale, coming through that extension. One last time. And exhale slowly again, scooping up, rounding that back. On your next inhalation, come back to a neutral spine, flat back. And we'll move into a little bit of a dynamic movement, some tiger stretch. We're going to keep the hands firmly rooted on the mat. And on your exhalation, so we can all inhale, and on your exhale, extend that right leg out behind us, just in line with the hip. Lovely. On the inhale, we're going to curl it into the elbow and scoop the belly round the back. And then we'll exhale, extend it away. Both hands stay grounded. Just the leg is moving. Inhale, bringing it up into the chest. Exhale, extending that leg away. Keep the knee active as we take it back. Slowly inhaling, bringing it into the chest, into that elbow. And exhale, extending back. Keep the legs straight. Inhale, bring it up into that elbow, round the back. And exhale, extend it away. One more. Inhale, bring it in, scoop the belly, draw it up, and exhale, extend it back. Squeeze the glute. Lovely. On your next breath out, bring the knee back down to the mat. Find your neutral, see that you're still pushing away from the mat, shake your shoulders. And then we'll take a breath in, exhaling now with the left leg extends out behind us, pointing that toe, nice and active through that leg. And we inhale, curl it in, bring it to the elbows, scoop the belly. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, bring it up. Push away from the mat with those arms. Exhale, extend it behind us. Inhale, bring it in. Scoop it in. Lovely. 3 more. Exhale, extend. Keep the leg the same height as the hip. Inhale, bring it to the chest. Exhale, extending. Inhale, up to the chest. Lovely. Now we exhale, extend. And with your next exhalation, place that knee back down on the mat. Keeping the knees hip distance apart. Bring the big toes to touch. And we're going to sit back into child's pose. We're going to take our hips down onto our heels. Let our hands extend out in front of us and drop the chest, drop the hips low to the ground. You can allow your elbows to rest down as well, just so that the shoulders can rest after that. And while we're here, I encourage you to take your awareness back to your breath. Bring that attention to the inhale, the exhale, the relationship between the breath and the body. Feel it expanding in the rib cage, giving the back that relief. Lovely. And on your next inhalation, we can all look forward at our hands, keeping the hips down, making cups with the hands and a nice straight back, and we'll use the hands to guide us and support us as we walk ourselves back up to a seated position. Wonderful. I encourage you to all now come to stand with me, please. All right. So as we come to stand, you can now face me for the next part of the sequence. Taking the feet hip distance apart, we want to make sure that we have a parallel footing. Important to notice what happens in our feet, happens in our knees, in our hips, and our spine. So really important. Take a moment, check this. Lovely. And we can really ground down through the feet, lifting up. We feel that energy flow up the legs, lifting the navel and broadening through the collarbones, extending down into the arms. And we want to keep the space as we move through the sequence. So we're constantly mindful of the heart and the lungs and the room that they have to breathe and function. And we'll then take our hands out in front of us. Palms will face down. Both the hands, sorry, I've got a mic to my mouth. All right. So we're going to go through some hand stretches. We start off, we inhale, we stretch those fingers out as wide as we can. And as we exhale, we're going to make a fist clasping the thumb on the inside and really squeeze. Inhale, stretch the fingers out. And exhale, clasp that thumb, make a nice tight fist. Inhale, extending. Exhale, clasp it. Inhale, extend, check the shoulders, drop them away from the ears. Exhale, clasping, making those fists. Two more. Inhale, stretch it out. And exhale, squeeze the fists. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, squeeze the fists. Let's drop the arms to the side and just relax the shoulders for a moment. Lovely. When we take the arms out again the next time around, just be mindful of the shoulders. They tend to creep up to the ears. I always tell my kids, shoulders and ears are not friends. Take them back and down. All right, so we're going to take the hands out once again, and we're going to turn the palm. We're going to place the fingers together, and we're going to turn the palms to face up in front of us. Lovely. And as we exhale, we're going to now move those hands to face downwards, stretching the top of the wrists. And we'll inhale, bring them back up, stretching the bottom of the wrist. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale. And inhale. Open the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Two more. Exhale. And inhale. Last one. Exhale down and inhale up. Lovely. We can allow for the arms to rest again just for a moment, just so we don't fatigue. Just allow for the arms to shake out a little if you need to. All right. And then we can take them up again one last time for our rotation. So we're now going to have that same fist we did just now. Take the thumb inside the palm, wrap the fingers around the thumb, and we're going to do rotations as we did with our ankles. So we're going to inhale, forming that circle up, and exhale, bring it down and around. Inhale, exhale, moving with the breath as we do this. Lovely. Just the wrists, just the wrists. Getting into all sides. We'll go for two more in this direction. And then we'll come back to our center point, changing direction now, inhaling and exhaling to go in the opposite direction. Keeping that connection with the breath, the inhale as we circle up and the exhale as we circle down. One more. And then we can relax back at the center, and once again just let the arms shake out, relax the shoulders. Lovely. All right, we're going to move on to the elbows and the shoulders. So this time when we extend the hands out in front of us, we're going to extend them with the palms now facing the sky. Just a reminder again, checking the shoulders, open the chest, open the heart. And we'll take an inhalation, bringing the hands to tap the shoulders, elbows as high as the shoulder. And we exhale, extend the elbows again. Inhale, coming through to tap. Exhale, extend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, extend. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Straight from here, we'll go for the shoulders. So now we're going to take the hands back to the shoulders. We'll bring the elbows now to touch in front of our face. Keep them as high as the shoulders. And we're going to do circles. We'll inhale, bring the elbows up, making a circle. And we'll exhale as we come down and around the outside. Inhale, bringing them up through that center line. And exhale, down and around. Inhale. And exhale, really reaching through those elbows as we come up. Inhale, one more time. And exhale, as we come through now, we're going to place the elbows together, changing direction. We'll slowly inhale to prepare. Exhale, bringing the elbows down. Then inhale, up and out to the sides. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Lovely. Exhale, down through the center. Inhale, up and around. 2 more. Inhale, down. And exhale, bringing them back up. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, coming to stop at the center. And then we can relax the arms back down. Again, I encourage you, shake out the arms, let the shoulders be relaxed. And we can even do just a light shoulder roll. Inhale with the shoulders back. Exhale as you take them down. Just doing a few rotations. To remember to keep the chin, or the center point to be with the chin level with the ground. And our nose and our face is directly forward. So keeping that awareness in mind. We'll take an inhalation, and as we exhale, we're going to bring our chin down to the chest. And this is our starting position, stretching the back of the neck as we do this. And as we inhale, we're then bringing it up, reaching through the nose and the chin. Stretch the front of the neck, and exhale, slowly coming down again, chin to chest, stretching the back of the neck. Inhale up, reach through the nose, exhale down, stretching the back. Keep the chest open, inhale coming up, and exhale, bringing it back down to the chest. 2 more, inhale up, and exhale back down. Inhale up and exhale, coming down. We'll pause here for a moment, stretch the back of the neck, and on our inhalation come back to that same neutral position with the neck and the chin level to the ground. Moving our heads now from side to side. We inhale at the center. We'll exhale, turning to look over to the right hand side. Inhale back to your center and exhale to the left. Inhale center, exhale right, inhale and exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right, inhale and exhale left. 1 more on each side. Inhale center, exhale right, inhale and exhale left. Lovely, back to our center point now. We'll move our ears to our shoulders. Important to remember here, it's the ear moving to the shoulder, not the shoulder moving up to the ear, so keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Keeping that center point, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale to the left shoulder. Inhale, back. Exhale, right. Inhale, exhale left, and inhale, exhale right, and inhale, exhale left, and inhale. Lovely. We're going to do neck rotations just to close off the neck movement. starting with our chin to our chest, just as we've done with the wrists and the ankles, bringing that chin down to the chest. And we'll inhale, slowly rotating up on the right-hand side, making a circle with the crown of the head, reaching through the nose as we come back, and exhaling, bringing it down again on that left-hand side. Inhale up on the right, exhale down on the left, inhale up on your right, and exhale down on the left. One more, inhale up on the right, and exhale down on the left. Keeping the chin now at the center of the chest, we'll change direction. Inhale, coming up on your left hand side now. Circling down as we exhale on the right. Inhale, bringing it up. Reach to the chin and nose. And exhale, down on the right. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, finishing in the center of the chest. Stretch the back of the neck for a breath, relax the shoulders, and inhale, reaching, coming to look back up. Lovely. One final stretch, we'll work through all the Hastasana. Just a quick check, feet are still in alignment, we're still open in the chest, drawing up through the collarbones, through the breastbone. Arms at our sides, and we're going to inhale, reaching the arms up. Keep them, both of the arms, keep them above the shoulders, palms facing each other. And we want to reach with each inhalation up and out of your hips. Really get that length along the side of the trunk, along the armpits and the elbows. And we'll place the hands then together, clasping the fingers, keeping the index fingers together, pointing towards the sky. If you're not sure, you can have a look at one of the demonstrators in front of you. To the left. One more on each side. Inhale, bring it up, still pulling through those arms. Exhale to the right. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale over to the left. Lovely. Inhale back to the center. Take a moment here. Reach a little more. Really stretch to the sides. And then we can release the palms and bring the hands back down to our sides. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sala, for that lovely joint praying sequence. And I'll check in with everybody in the audience. I hope we're all doing well. Sia Togoza. This is the mantra of the day. Everybody's happy. We're all connected. So I'd like to welcome Ja Kolani Radebe and myself. We're going to be going through some of the yoga asanas now that we're all warmed.
Sanibonani nonke. I greet you all. I'm going to take you on this vinyasa. The first pose that we'll have is the mountain. Just like how you're standing. You just ground your heels, slightly bend your knees, you tilt your pelvis, and lengthen up your upper body, and just and your hands on the side body, creating a space on the armpits, and relax.
And then we're going to inhale and raise the arms above the head. So you can inhale and take the hands to cross your thumbs. We can lift up. As you cross your thumbs, lengthen through the sides of your body. And a little softness in the face. We can have a little smile and some gentle breaths. And just enjoy the moment to feel grounded like a mountain and quite expansive. Of course.
And then you drop your hands to Namaskar.
And we're going to go next into chair pose. So first we're going to bend the knees. Let's all go down together, fingertips towards the floor. And be gentle of your knees, especially if the knees are tender. Raise the arms above the head and lengthen. You can lengthen up through the sides of your body. And feel strong, grounding through your feet and strong asana. So be gentle with the breath. We'll come up slowly. And to relax. You can relax your arms alongside the body. We're going to move next into extended triangle. It's known as Uttita Trikonasana in Sanskrit.
Even on this one, you'll start standing and then you extend both your legs and your feet. Izandla zakho nenyawo. La enyaweni zakho wenza sure ukuthi izithende zakho zi-grounded. Your heels must be grounded. Slowly bend your knees, tilt your pelvis and lengthen the upper body. And then your side body, your side leg.
Turn your whole right leg out. Turn the whole right leg out.
And your left hand on your pelvis. And then reach out. And then you lift the other hand. You can look at your hand if you're comfortable. If not, you can just gaze down.
And take the moment to feel into the body. You can ground on your feet, press on your big toes, press on your heels, and then come up, breathe in and come up slowly. It's good, of course. Turn the feet to face forward.
Your leg.
And we'll
Then you
turn
do the same thing twice on the other side.
on the left hand side. We can turn the whole left leg out.
Esinye isandla sakho sibeke la ekwi-hip yakho, isandla sakho engazuthi usisa phambili ubamba la on your shin. Slowly grab your shin. And then you twist the body.
You can turn your chest, turn your heart. A nice variation, if you want to put your hand onto your hip, you can try that as well. Put your hand onto your hip, and it helps to turn your trunk. And even if you come up onto your shins, come a little higher on your shin bones. See if you can come up and lift your chest, lift your heart. Turn your chest towards the sun. Turn your chest towards the sky.
And then ubuye and come back with an in-breath. And you send.
Turn the feet facing forwards, and then you'll come to stand with your feet
Come
to...
back to the mountain again. I hope you're still feeling alright.
Everybody's nice and grounded. Mountain in isiZulu, I think, is
Intaba.
Ntabasana.
Intaba.
Ntabasana.
And the next pose is Stasha, the tree. On this one, still you hold firm as a tree. You start by lifting your right hand, ground the left hand. For those who are new, healed just above your ankle. Isithende sakho sibe ngaphezu kweqakala, idolo lakho lipointe on the side board. And then you can hold on your hips still. If you are more comfortable, you can go on your shin with your leg and focus on your breathing. Uyaphefumula nje la in and out. Create space la esifubeni sakho ukuthi ukwazi ukuthi umoya ube wona uhambisa khona. Then mase uyaphefumula wehlise.
Come to ground your feet together and come to center in mountain pose.
Sibuye senze on the other side. Phamisa unyawo lakho la left. Uyaground ngalolu lunye. Ini yakho ikhombe eceleni komzimba. Your knee point on your side body. Just to take a note, don't pressure your knee. It's either you put down on your just below your knee or up your knee, but it must be free on your knee and hold while your hands on your hip.
It's a good encouragement. Try and avoid putting the foot on the knee. Try go below, go above
If
the
you are
knee.
more courage, you can stretch your hands up.
Let's be courageous together. We can reach up, inhale and reach the hands together. And find a point of focus. Let your eyes gaze down. It will help us to center. And then you can
Come to Namaskar.
hands to Namaskar.
And you release the pose.
Thank you, Kolani. Nice.
Okay. Are we still okay? Okay, the
Everybody's
next
good.
pose this will be doing will be extending on the side. La sobe silula eceleni. Nakhona I will take you through the same movement. You stand
And maybe Kolani do a demonstration for us. So I'll hold the microphone. Kolani will demonstrate the vinyasa. So you can just take a moment to watch. Kolani will show us how we go about the pose. You can just watch Kolani. Extended side angle. Nontlantla, you're welcome to go as well. So we'll go through Warrior 2. So just for now we can watch. I'd ask the audience just to relax and we can just watch the demo. First Warrior 2 and then into resting in our side angle. So just to highlight the benefits of this pose, it helps to strengthen your leg muscles, your hips, your pelvis, and it really opens your lungs and your chest to breathe nice and deeply. Does that look good? Everybody wants to do that together? We're all good? So extended side angle, Kolani is going to lead us through. Thank you, Kolani.
Siyama again on Satasana, on the mountain, feel grounded. Check your knees slightly bent, your pelvis slightly tilt, upright on your upper body, and extend both hands and your feet, and lengthen to the side board of right, your leg, and then go down with your elbow on your knee, and rest to enjoy that rest. And then when you're comfortable, you can reach out.
You can extend the top hand all the way over your head. Or an option is to put your hand onto your hips. That helps to turn. Let's try it all together. We say yoga is bringing unity. So let's all put our hands on our hips and let's turn together. Turn your chest, turn your heart. Top shoulder to roll back. And we'll come up nice and slowly. Also come through Warrior 2. So nice and strong transition.
And then going back to Iwaria. Iwaria still include a right, make 90. And then you stretch your hands. Nice. And face on the right hand. While gently pulling back with the other hand to balance.
You can focus your attention at your middle finger of your front hand. It's a good point Kolani is bringing us to focus our mind. We can focus our eyes. Concentrate at your front middle finger gently.
And you go back to the side angle to relax again. Bring your elbow to your knee to relax again.
And here you can choose to reach. If it feels good to take your arm overhead, you can choose to reach. Or you can choose to let your hand rest onto your hips again. And we'll come up together. Let's come up slowly through Warrior 2. Straighten your front legs.
Warrior.
Turn the feet facing forward. And come back to mountain. We'll center the feet. Ntabasana.
I hope everyone is still enjoying. I know it's a hot pose. We will do it again on this side. We come on Satasana. We extend saluli izandla nenyawo. You side board unyawo laka left.
You can turn your whole left leg out to the side of the body.
And then isandla sakho saka left sibekwe hip. And then uze phansi like.
Foot is grounding. You can press on toe of your front foot.
And then you can proceed to go to the wall. Got it? By your front hand, your focus point will be the front hand, and then punch it.
Gaze softly, you can look softly at the middle finger for your focus.
And ground your feet, sinyawo zakho kube izona ezibhalansisayo kusukela esithendeni kubekela ngaphambili kanjalo. Ubuyele back egaleni lakho, one with your elbow and the legs. Your hand, your other hand on your pelvis. And then you can stretch your hands as far as you can.
Gentle breaths, gentle smiles, just enjoy the moment.
You breathe in for the warrior pose. Our focus is on the front hand, and then you pull. To balance, and your hands must be guided by your shoulder line. Just release.
And straighten your front leg,
And come back.
turn your foot forward, and come back to our center.
And now, our left side. Let's check out, see if you are grounded with your heels. Knees softly bended, pelvis slightly tight. Your upper body lengthening.
We're going to inhale and raise the hands up. And then exhaling, we're going to fold forward. So coming down with a softness in your knees. You put your hands onto your shins and allow your head to gently rest. Do bend your knees, it will help the hamstrings to relax. Everybody have a little bend in your knees. Just a little bend in the knees. And see if you can let your head relax. These are one of the anti-inflammatory poses that yoga brings. Helps to bring inflammation, acidity, any excess of stress down in the body. Just let your head relax down. And then you're going to come halfway up. You can inhale and lift, strengthening your back. You can look up gently. You're going to step for a low lunge. You can step with your right leg back. You can ground gently your back knee, top of your back foot flat. And you're going to settle down into the low lunge. You can put your back knee down gently. For those that need a bit more support, you can put a towel or put a blanket or something soft for your knee. Especially our more mature practitioners, be gentle. And then you can inhale and raise your arms once you find steadiness. Raise your arms above the head. Lengthen up through the sides of your body. And then we can go on gently stepping back into our child's pose. And step back, big toes together, knees a little apart, and you can allow your head to rest. Just enjoy a few gentle breaths. You can feel your lungs are well open in the back of your body here. So just enjoy this opportunity for gentle and full breaths. And we're going to slowly start to look forward. We're going to go in reverse of this little vinyasa sequence. So we can step now our right leg forward into the lunge. Just make sure you're lunging on the opposite side. And allow your hips to settle down. Check that your knee is right above your ankle. So that'll give us the most strength and the most support for our knee joints. We'll also just check in that your knees are comfortable. Everybody's comfortable. For the auntie, you can step your foot a little forward. Just go gently. Okay, then you can raise your arms as you're ready to inhale. You can raise your arms. And just take time to lift and lengthen up through the sides of your body. So just see that you can create space. And gently look up, feel it's energizing. Some yoga poses are relaxing. These poses we need because of uncertainty. But here we can energize, lift a little bit your arms and breathe into your chest. We'll give you the best wings for some good energy. And then you can ground your hands either side of your front foot. And you're going to step forward. Come gently forward. You can lift up halfway. So you concave your back. And feel a nice strength. So you can bend your knees, have a little bend in your knees. You can lift your chest. And even inhale to just inspire the body to lift. You can breathe in. And then breathing out, you're going to bend the knees and fold forward, allowing your head to settle and rest. You can support your hands on your shins, just letting your neck, your shoulders soften. we're going to inhale and slowly come up. You can lift your chest, lift your arms, just come back to reaching. And then you can exhale and bring your hands to the heart, back to our center. I hope everybody's comfortable in the audience. A little mudra up if you're feeling good, you're enjoying the morning. Everybody's good. We're going to run through that little flow again. So Kolani is going to take us through that little vinyasa once again. It's like Surya Namaskara. A lot of us would know Surya Namaskara, the sun salutation. So it's a little element of the sun salutation we'll go through again together. So thank you, Kolani. Knee is supported. Especially take some blankets or some towels if you need to. Please be comfortable. And as you exhale, let your hips relax down gently. And as you inhale, you can choose to raise your hands.
Your head up if comfortable, as if you want to look at your hands.
And just notice what happens when you look at your hands or you look up. It's very energizing. It lifts our mood, lifts our energy. And then you can put your hands down gently.
To go back to Virasana.
We'll step back for child's pose. Just take a moment to rest with your knees apart. You can let your head and your arms rest a moment. And just enjoy the openness into the back of your body. You can actually enjoy breathing into the back of your body. Okay, and then slowly we'll start to gaze forward. You can step with your right leg ahead of you for the lunging on the opposite side. Find your alignment. Alignment is key for stability and just strengthening your knees. When you're ready to inhale, you can go on gently raising your hands. Feel how the strength of your arms can lift your spine. Just create space in your abdomen. Create a lightness to breathe softly into your chest. And then you'll slowly, with your breath, let the breath guide your hands down as you breathe out. Hands to the earth. And you're going to step forward. Breathing in, come up halfway. You can bend your knees and lift. And then fold with a soft bend in your knees, just allowing the head to relax. And the beautiful definition of yoga is when our awareness becomes clear and calm. So let your knees bend a little bit. It helps us to feel grounded. And let your head completely relax a few moments. Just enjoy 3 to 5 rounds of breathing. Just enjoy your breath through the body. Breathe consciously through the body.
Your hands to the sky. Namaskar. And you bow your head for a moment as a guest, for your mind to bow to the heart and ask to be guided by the heart. Peace, love and happiness.
Thank you. Kolani.
A segment with a nice cooling down inversion. So I'd like you to all stand facing me on the long edge of your mat. I'd like you to step back. So we want to start at the back edge of the mat. So align your feet with the back edge of your mat. This is a nice guide so that we keep our legs aligned. And then we're going to start with a wide-legged folded fold. So we're going to step into a medium to wide stance. Not too wide. You don't want your ankles to pass the distance of your wrists when you hold your
when you spread your arms out to the side, you don't want your ankles to pass the distance between the wrists. So we want to turn the big toes slightly in, and just notice the feet. The outer edges of your feet should be parallel to one another. You also want to ground into the feet, so evenly distribute your weight around the outer edges of your feet, keeping the weight off the inner part of your feet. So you've got a nice rotation of the legs. We want gentleness in the knees, and we want to adjust the lower back. So we're going to rotate the pelvis forward and up, just to eliminate that intense arch in the lower back. We're then going to lengthen the side bodies. We're going to put our arms out and then take your thumbs and place it onto your lower back, really broadening the chest and drawing your shoulder blades in. And at this point, we're going to start folding forward very gently, very slowly, until we come to a tabletop. And that's when we're going to put our fingers out. We're going to rest on our fingertips and look forward, lifting the chest, lifting the head, keeping a nice concave in the back. So we're going to hold for a few moments, enjoying this nice intense forward, extended leg and forward fold. Just remember to keep breathing. So your in-breath, you can just assess your body and just notice if you can deepen into the posture. And when you breathe out, you'll take that opportunity to soften. So soften the body, surrender to the posture. So at this point, if you feel comfortable, we're going to start lowering the crown of the head towards the mat. So start folding forward. And then you can walk your hands, if you can, in line with your feet. So we're going to be in forward fold, inversion, relaxing the head, and softening the body into the posture. You also want to focus on the feet, pressing down into the feet, pressing into the mat to gain your balance. And at this point, we're going to very gently start walking the hands over to our right side, so to the right foot. So keeping that fold, your crown towards the mat, we're going to walk the hands towards the right foot. And we're going to hold. So it's a gentle twist while you are in that folded posture. And now gently start walking back to the center. And we're going to hold in a neutral position. And then gently walk your hands to the other side. Just remember gentleness of the knees. So you want to have at least a micro bend in your knees. If you need to have a more of a bend, you are most welcome to do so. We want to be very kind to ourselves. We do not want to over endeavor to the point that we hurt ourselves. So we want to be very gentle, very kind. And then gently walk back to the center, and we're going to hold for a few moments in the neutral position. And start walking your feet closer to one another. And we're going to place our thumbs back on the lower back as a support, and then on the in-breath, you're going to gently lift up the torso till you come back to standing. It's always nice to support the back when you are lifting as a support. So now we're going to face the short edge of our mat. So I think that half of our audience will face your left, and that half will face your right. So we're going to face the short edge of the mat. We're going to stand in mountain pose at the starting point. And then we're going to take our arms, place our arms together at the heart center in Namaskar. And then we're going to gently take your arms out to the side, lift it all the way up above your head, and lean back gently, coming back upright, and then we're going to fold all the way forward into our forward extension fold. And at this point you can hold onto your shins, bend the elbows, and allow your body to fold as deep as you can, as deep as it's comfortable. And we're going to continue breathing, enjoying the beautiful ocean breath, rejuvenating the body, allowing this time to restore, reflect. And these inversions are brilliant to get blood flowing to the lungs. So we're going to use the opportunity, use the intention. We're now going to ground the hands onto the mat, and we're going to step back one leg at a time. So you're going to step as far back as you can onto your mat, keeping your feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to start aligning the body for downward facing dog, a very popular posture. So we're going to keep the knees off the mat. We're going to be on our toes and the balls of the feet. And then we're going to start gently walking the feet. So we're going to start drawing the heels one at a time towards the mat. Very gently, we're going to stretch out the calf muscles, stretch out the hamstrings, very mindfully, very gently. And then we're going to ground the knees onto the mat, bringing the toes towards each other or touching each other, and we're going to sit back onto our heels, assuming child's pose. So we're going to extend the arms forward, bringing the chest towards the mat, and supporting the head onto the mat. And then once again, we're going to engage the palms onto the mat, engage the toes, and we're going to start lifting the body. Just ensure that you have a wide enough distance between your hands and your feet. Must be comfortable, but not too close. At this point, we're going to go into our full downward dog posture. We're going to turn the toes slightly in so they're pointing one another. We're going to have a nice, generous bend in the knee. And we're going to lift the tailbone, reach the tailbone as high as you can. It's going to be the highest point of the posture. And then start pressing the chest towards your thighs, lengthening through the side body and really grounding in through the palms onto the mat. The crown of your head will start facing the mat. And if you are feeling a little bit challenged, you're always welcome to go back into child's pose. But otherwise, we're going to hold downward dog for a few moments. Also excellent to get the blood flowing to the upper parts of the body, to the chest, to the face, to the head, to the throat. And then we're going to again ground the knees, bring the toes together, sit back onto the heels and extend forward, bringing your chest towards the mat, back into our restorative child's pose. And again, we're going to engage the hands onto the mat, pressing in firmly, and then lifting the knees and the hips off the mat, going back into downward facing dog, ensuring that your hands and feet have ample distance to comfortably get into the posture, pressing the chest towards the thighs, bending the knees, lifting the tailbone, and pressing in with your palms into the mat. Also strengthening the upper body, strengthening the arms.
10 more minutes of yoga. Maybe keep some battery for this. After 10 minutes is going to be the courses coming for this. Just make sure you've got enough battery for the
And again, grounding the knees, bringing the toes together, and leaning back into child's pose. So we're really starting to wind down, getting ready for our restorative. And we're going to do one more inversion posture before that. We're going to start looking forward and walking the hands gently towards yourself, coming back up into a seated position. And then we're going to sit on the mat. So you're going to sit in the middle of your mat, stretching out your legs in front of you. And everyone's in position. We're going to have the side bend in the knees, grounding the feet, and then placing our palms behind our hips and gently walking our hands, vertebra by vertebra, walking the hands back and lowering the spine, lowering the back until you are fully supine. We're going to, at this point, bend the knees and ground the feet closer to the hips. And we're going to go into bridge pose. So we're going to gently lift the hips off the mat. We're going to start getting onto our shoulders and onto our triceps. And at this point, if you feel comfortable, you can interlace your fingers behind or under your body and lift the pelvis, lift the hips up, and try and ensure that your knees are stacked over your ankles. So you might have to adjust your feet, and please ensure that you are looking at the sky. You do not want to look left or right in this posture. So any posture when you are resting on your shoulders, you want to ensure that you will always keep your neck and head fixed in one position, looking ahead and not moving left or right. And then gently release your hips back onto the mat. We're going to do 2 more of bridge pose. We're going to relax a few minutes, take nice rejuvenating breath in and out. And again, we're going to engage. We're going to lift the hips, interlace the fingers if it's more comfortable, get onto your shoulders and onto your triceps. Keeping the head neutral.
I just said I wanted that about 2 months ago. I'm struggling a little bit just to...
And remember to keep your ankles under your knees.
A good thing, and I'm walking a bit further
Then
every day.
support posture.
Bad wake up.
And
I've
gently
always wanted to
release.
do a little bit of yoga and swimming, but the swimming pool next to us.
We're going to take a short break before we do our last bridge pose.
I would like to chat more. You need to hear more.
Yoga, no problem. I'll contact you and I'll find out where you start and where.
And once again, we're going to engage lifting the hips off the mat. Bringing onto your shoulders, onto your triceps. Interlace the fingers so you feel comfortable. And ensure that your ankles are tucked under the knees. We're going to hold this for a little longer if you can. Gently release back onto the mat, and at this point I'm going to hand over to my PD Draco.
Your knees to touch each other and gently walking your feet to the side of your mat. And we'll take a few breaths here. And now let us sway our knees from side to side. Sway our knees from side to side, moving as slow as you wish. Keep breathing. And now allow your knees to center. Exhale, dropping your knees to the opposite side, to the left side. And again, observing that your arms are in line with your shoulders, allowing your head to turn to the opposite side of your bent knee. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Returning your knees to center and giving yourself a nice big hug, allowing your forearms to wrap around your knees. So bringing your knees in towards your chest and just observing that your lower back is still grounded on your mat, that your sacrum and your lower back is relaxed. Inhale, extending your knees towards the sky for our happy baby asana. And reaching for the inner arches of your feet. But you may hold on to your big toes or your ankles if that feels comfortable. Just allowing again to your mat. And we'll take a few conscious breaths here. And gently grounding your knee back onto your mat as we work our way into our reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Gently allowing your knees to fall to the sides of your mat, the soles of your feet pressing together, touching each other. And allowing your hands to gently lay at your side, away from your armpits, arms to face the sky. And if it feels comfortable, you may close your eyes and enjoy your breath. And gently straighten one leg at a time towards
the edge of your mat as we move into our final restorative. Shavasana, our corpse pose. Allowing your baby toes to fall towards your mat. Feet as wide as your mat. And allowing your arms to rest away from your armpits, palms to face the sky. And you may close your eyes if this feels comfortable. If you have lower back discomfort, you may remain with your knees bent. Scanning through your body, taking note of any tension that you might be feeling, making the necessary adjustments. And when you feel comfortable, bring your attention to your breath. Inhaling into your belly and up your ribs. And as you exhale, allow your body to completely soften, completely relax. Remind yourself that you've taken the Sunday for self-care, so there's absolutely nothing to do, nothing to worry about. Just completely relax, completely surrender. As you inhale, observe the expansion in your lungs and your chest. And as you exhale, observe the abdomen and the organs of the abdomen descend and relax. We'll take 3 more rounds of our deep breathing. And while you lie there in your Shavasana, listen to this beautiful prayer. Creator, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Gently bring some movement into your toes and fingers. With a nice long inhalation, raise your hands above your head, feet away from your body, giving yourself a nice long stretch. And with an exhalation, give yourself a nice hug, wrapping your forearms around your shin. Wrapping your forearms around your shin, and we'll gently roll on to our right side of the mat. And we'll take a few moments here, using your left hand Gently lift your trunk back up to center, coming to seated in our simple cross, Sukhasana. And we'll end this beautiful morning session by chanting Om together. Om is a universal sound, but if you feel comfortable, you may chant any mantra that resonates with you. So gently closing your eyes, bringing your hands to prayer, exhaling, inhaling, and we'll vibrate Om together. Om. Taking a gentle bow with your eyes closed, hands still in prayer, let us take this moment to focus on our higher intention, our intention that is guided by our heart.
Namaste, Vanakkam, Sanbonani. My humble greetings to all of you. I know it's been the ISEVA and inner wellness groups that have partnered with the Sivananda World Peace Foundation to ensure that this event is a success today. Today marks the 7th annual International Yoga Day celebration here on the shores of the Indian Ocean at this very Durban Amphitheatre. And we are very privileged and honored to have the chairman of the House of Traditional Leaders, Inkosi Keleza Madungeni Ndoseni Faku, which is here with us today. And we want to also thank all our elders and children that have participated here today. I just want to give a brief of the International Yoga Day at the initiative of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi. A resolution to establish the 21st June as International Day of Yoga was approved. In its resolution, the United General Assembly recognized that yoga provided a holistic approach to health and well-being, and a wider dissemination of the information on the benefits of the practice of yoga should be given for overall health of the world population. In his address at the General Assembly, the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, "Yoga is an invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. It embodies unity of the mind and body, thought and action, restraint and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. By changing our lifestyle and creating consciousness, yoga can help us deal with climate change too. As we all know that we have tremendously being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and due to the pandemic we have reduced the numbers in compliance with the government rules and regulations and therefore limited the numbers today. We want to say a very big thank you to all of you and all those that are online watching today's proceedings and all the other online programs. We want to say a very big thank you to you. We want to say a very big thank you to all of you that have come here. And let us go out and propagate the teachings of yoga in all spheres and all walks of life. Because unless we make a difference in the communities, then only we could be satisfied that humanity is receiving what they deserve from yoga. And we want to say a very big thank you to the diverse nature of today's yoga. We have a really diverse community here today. We've seen the instructors. You've heard that Zulu was also at the forefront of today's instruction from the yoga teachers. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must let yoga unite us all, and let us work in harmony in wherever we are. Without any delay, I would like Inkosi Keleza, the chairman of the House of Traditional Leaders in KwaZulu-Natal, to address you. Gabonga Ku.
All of you, let me admit, first and foremost, Ishwar, it is my first time to attend such thing, and it's very important. I spoke to Ishwar that what is it that we can do to take this to rural areas where you find disadvantaged people who don't know such things, that they will help them. Because for me, when I was sitting there, what I noticed is that yoga is not about physical position, but it deals with the mind, the spiritual. So if you can take this issue and your team to rural areas, we are here to support, and we'll make sure that we pass message to everyone to take this serious. Because it's not for someone else as you go to other things, but it's for yourself. If I had enough time, I was going to be part and parcel of it. Ishwar, next time, I'll prepare myself. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you next year at the very same venue for International Yoga Day. Thank you very much.